Welcome to the Crypto. My name is Colby.
My name's Nick.
And today we're going to be discussing what's new in the crypto universe. First of all, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. We are merely here to help and let you know what we're thinking in these crazy markets. To start off, we're going to go into the Bitcoin charts, and we can see that today we're heading above $56,000. Previously, I had thought as long as we can close today above 54.5, I think we're sitting nice. We're shooting well above that, and in my estimation, I think we're going to be seeing all-time highs shortly, or at least be knocking on the door of our old all-time high. Lately, the graphs have been hitting it 2 or 3 times before breaking through. Let's see if we hit it once or twice more. Let's also look over at the Ethereum chart, and for most of the time Ethereum's been following Bitcoin very closely, and here we can see that looks again like it is.
Very similar in the candles there, even with this drop that we had early this morning.
So we're expecting to see a lot more going on with these charts and probably seeing new highs as the US government continues to print money, and people are seeing Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as a safe place to store that money and grow that money. I'm going to head it over to Nick where he'll give some input on what he thinks.
Yeah, so that leads us into our next topic. I wanted to check and see where the stimulus check was standing as of today. I found an article that was posted just a little under 2 hours ago from this morning. Third stimulus check, how soon might we receive a $1,400 check? So on Saturday, the Senate approved President Biden's package, which meant it was going back to the House. House is supposed to begin vote on the package Wednesday afternoon, so that will be this afternoon. Plan is expected to pass along party lines and head back to Mr. Biden's desk before key unemployment programs expire March 14th. So this is, I think, is pretty key here, is they are getting it in just under the gun, like they always seem to. We'll see if it ends up, hopefully, of course, we'll go through the House and the President will sign it. So hopefully by next weekend, a couple making less than 160K could well have $2,800 deposited into their checking account. So that's saying by the end of next weekend, pretty much. Chuck Schumer, yep. So that's good news. It seems like they're finally getting it out. So now would probably be a good time before we see a pump in all the crypto and pretty much everything next week to get in if you have some extra cash to invest.
Yeah, I think this extra money in the markets is only going to pump the markets further. And while we're talking about that, I don't think it's just the crypto market that's going to get pumped. I think it is some of the stocks, and especially some of the stocks that are relating themselves more to the crypto market. And first we're going to look at Square. Square is a financial company aiming to add financial services for the average day person, make it easier to use crypto in your daily life. And as we can see, a lot of their moves have been mimicking, at least recently, some of the upward trends of the cryptocurrencies that they follow. There's a lot of hype around Square right now, and lately their CEO or one of their major executives was talking about how they believe crypto can bring economic empowerment to people across the globe and give opportunities to people outside the U.S. A lot of us think just of our predicament, but if you've seen people in other countries and what the situations are, crypto is aiming to empower some of those people and give them financial opportunities beyond what's available in their countries. Moving on to other stocks, we're going to quickly look at Tesla. And again, here's another stock. Let's zoom out, that seems to be mimicking or looking very close to even how Square was.
A lot of sideways movement.
They've had a lot of sideways, slightly downward. Let's move out to a further graph, like the... So you can see we're rebounding off maybe a local low, and a lot of analysts are seeing a new high today. In the last couple days have been big pumps, especially with the stimulus. We'll see if the Robin Hood effect and young investors still investing in stocks they believe in will have some relevance in today's markets. We will see what the stimulus and what the economy brings. Let's move on to some other crypto news.
But that's another thing we should probably, speaking of Robinhood, that's another thing we should keep an eye out on for is GameStop. Markets opened
fairly high
over an hour ago.
And GameStop's at a new local high again. It shot up overnight to almost $300.
Yeah, so we're seeing an original pump like we did just a couple weeks ago. It's insane. So our next topic, this is just a little project that I saw I wanted to kind of check out and look into. It's based kind of like the Acorns app where you're investing your spare change in Bitcoin and other digital assets. So for like just the average, oh man, it wants me to go into registration and everything. We don't want to do that. Let's just check out how it works. So connect your banking card, connect your cryptocurrency exchange, make a purchase, and it seems like it just rounds it up to the nearest dollar and puts that in cryptocurrency. Now, do you think this is one of those products that you don't actually own the keys to your crypto?
I have no idea how this app's going to work. I remember in the past I've seen other ones try to do it and no one really got a ton of momentum. I'm not even sure how much momentum Acorn got in the space.
Yeah.
I haven't paid attention to theirs. But it is interesting projects. It's out of Richmond, Virginia. More and more US-based crypto companies coming up. I find that very interesting. Regardless if it works, the fact that they're getting exposure and making a name, I do think's interesting.
Oh, that's interesting. It looks like you could pick from a couple different assets, so it wouldn't just be Bitcoin. They'd probably have Ethereum, maybe Bitcoin Cash and stuff on there too.
Nice.
Interesting. All right, next one. Title Finance. So this is a high-yield insurance platform that's based on the blockchain, and I haven't done any research on it. I just kind of thought it was a really cool idea, and I wanted to check out and see what they have. So what I have written is their custom smart contract cover marketplace for the Polkadot ecosystem.
And what this looks like, just from reading their title here, it looks like they're trying to capitalize on almost what happened in the Robinhood GameStop thing. They're trying to help people find these over-leveraged situations and capitalize on them. And you can go down and see some of the returns that they're talking about getting an APR. They look okay, especially when you look at some of the yearn finance up towards 10%. But in the crypto markets these days, with some of the yield farming and other opportunities we've had, it still seems very mediocre returns. Go over to the far side.
The capital utilization.
So we'd have to, again, learn more about this. But again, it looks like another staking platform of some sort. Helping you find opportunities, though.
I thought it was interesting because it's powered by Polkadot.
And I think that is interesting. The Polkadot atmosphere, our environment, the ADA, Cardano, we have a whole bunch of these different environments that are now competing with Ethereum for doing smart contracts, and that's where a lot of them believe the future is. And you're seeing different atmospheres trying to build their own blockchains or technology to take advantage of these smart contracts. Or smart contracts.
Well, that's the beauty of the blockchain technology is you no longer are losing shipping containers that are getting shipped across the Pacific from China. You know exactly where everyone is and how everyone's going to be transferred from one person to another in something.
Yeah, there's public ledgers that we can all follow and watch. And this brings us to our next topic, which is Bitcoin and their smart contracts. And this brings into question down the line, are we going to need all these different chains, paying fees, paying all these different assets, when in life we really want simplicity? Do we want smart contracts that integrate with Bitcoin? And Stacks is aiming to do that. We've only recently started looking at Stacks here on the crypto, but it's an interesting concept, and it does enable quite a few things to be built on Bitcoin. Currently, there are over 400 apps. Here, let's go back up to the top, and I believe there's a whole bunch of apps built on this.
Stacking, what's that?
So it's an interesting concept, and we'll dive further into it on further programs. But for now, keep your eyes out and learn about Stacks and how people are building different programs, different apps, different smart contracts using Bitcoin. And in many ways, I love this concept because it simplifies our life. I do not want to keep track of 100 cryptos to do daily actions, to pay insurance, to follow events, to have calendars or contracts or escrow achieved. I want simplicity.
You want the universability of cash, where it's all the same thing. You could buy a house, you could buy a car, you could buy groceries.
And I understand different blockchains will exist, and I am very for other blockchains, and that'll bring us into some of our next topics, like NFTs. I believe that we do not want NFTs blogging up the space of the Bitcoin or even the Ethereum network. These platforms are not built for these high graphic files and all the space that a lot of these NFTs take up. Yeah. And I believe that that's only going to increase fees, slow down networks, make it very hard for a lot of things to operate. And it brings us to some of our next talks.
Well, I mean, you're seeing that with Top Shot. I mean, that's probably the reason why the marketplace and everything's been down so much, is because their blockchain just can't handle the traffic that they currently have. And so they are trying to hire more people, build it, make it better and better, and it will get there. But yeah, it's you can see that sort of in real life situation how that's bogging them down.
Yeah, the scaling of all these projects ends up being the Achilles heel. Yeah. 2017, Ethereum advocates were laughing at Bitcoin for their scaling struggles. Nowadays, everyone's laughing at Ethereum for their scaling struggles. And many projects look at Bitcoin Cash. They never went through these because they never scaled. They never grew in any proportionate way where the user base was using so much that they ran into those issues. And it shows you how, I hate to say it, but dead these projects are. Yeah. And when you really look at the volumes, the amount, pretty dead projects.
Yeah. All right, so this is another one that I found, odds.fi, multi-chain options trading, simple, secure, and decentralized. So it's a trading platform on the Binance Smart Chain, Polkadot, and Ethereum, enabling users to trade customized options with rewards. I have no idea if this is available for U.S. users. Like I said, we haven't looked into this. We were just kind of wanting to do it on stream. Already, I like this, zero gas fees. Transparent. So it looks like it's just another staking platform.
Interesting.
With options, it seems.
And we're seeing more and more staking. Everyone wants to get their foot into it. I would make sure to do your own research. As we have found out, many of these programs are very scammy and trying to take your money, and might have such low liquidity that you lose all funds for a moment. Just do your research.
Yeah, do your research. Like we said in the beginning, this is not financial advice. This is just what we're doing, what we're looking at, what we're researching. So now we're going to start getting into a little bit more of the NFTs. So I found this really cool application that these guys called CryptoWeebs are doing. Some of you might have heard of them. They're on OpenSea. They're pretty big artists in the community. And they're doing, I don't know, almost pixelated trading cards, it seems. And they figured out a way to incorporate AR glasses to view your NFTs and other people's NFTs in their collection. So this is what they're coming up with. AR glasses are coming this year. This is why NFTs are the future. They allow us to exchange digital creations in this new space. This is the future. That might be a little utopian sort of mindset, but it is a really cool idea that you're now able to physically see other people's NBA Top Shot moments, or their whenever they start doing more trading cards on NFTs. I mean, who knows? Magic might end up going that way.
No, it's a very interesting concept, and I love the integration with virtual reality. I love the NFT space. I think it's very interesting where it's going. I would not make any huge bets on any of them where they're going, because it still seems like the Wild West where anyone could take off and any other one might fall to the wayside. Yep. But it is a great space with great ideas being invented daily, great talent coming to it, great art. I mean, the space is definitely something you should have your eye on. I'm not saying throw your money at it yet, but have your eye on it. Look for the interesting projects. We have introduced a lot of friends to NBA Top Shots and a few of the other NFT programs, and they are working out well. Now, there's a debate on how long this trend will continue and where everything will fall in the end, but it's a trend to look at.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting. So I guess this is their OpenSea page.
OpenSea is trying to become a leader in the NFT platform. We've heard news recently that NBA Top Shots will allow sale of their NFTs to be done on OpenSea, and OpenSea is trying to be a cross-platform marketplace for NFTs, and I really appreciate that. In the end, we'll see if they're able to host every chain that comes out. And now let's finish up on some not so great news. We got John McAfee, creator of your antivirus software, in jail. A lot of us already knew this happened. But the surprising thing is what he is in jail for. It is not all the crazy stuff he has done south of the American border. It is not any of the crazy things you have seen in the documentary. It is for his pump and dump of crypto. And as you're all aware, if you watch many of the YouTubers, some of them currently today seem also kind of pump and dump-ish. So we just want to warn everyone that, hey, it's a great space to be in, but please use your minds, be careful, even watch what you say, because this is all a gamble. You need to do your research. There is great technology being created. There are great products. But do your own research and don't invest more than you can lose.
Yeah, that's the best advice you could have. Don't invest more than you could lose, because sadly, emotions are a huge part of this game. And if you don't have control over your emotions, then you're going to end up losing in the end.
Yeah. So thank you for visiting us at The Crypto. I'm Colby.
My name's Nick.
And we